Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 10 of Andor. Last episode, there's a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of moving parts, from the thing that happened with Bix and these torturous screams where she's just kind of put through the ringer, to Cyril stalking Daedra in the hopes that he can become a part of her crusade, the crackdown on the entire galaxy, the system under the Empire's control because of the actions of Cassian and gang on Aldhani, Vel's revelation that she is related to a cousin to Mon Mothma herself, and then everything that happened back on the prison with Cassian directly as they learn, as he's pressing for Kino to kind of tell his secrets before he leaves, until they find out there is no leaving, as there was a slip up in level 2 where somebody who had run their timeout got cycled back into another floor, and word got out that that's a thing that's happening, and that is completely broken Kino, and is where he was kind of standoffish and really by the book and all that stuff, is telling Cassian to mind his own business. He wants no part of whatever rabble he's got going on. Now he's on board, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. We're going to go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, remember it's on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. It is in watch-along format. You see every own footage with the time codes, my reaction to the entire thing. You get the same thing for all the shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. You get to suggest and vote on what movies we react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, to try to make it worth your while, since you are going out of way to support the channel. But of course, I know nobody can do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does go a long way with helping us grow here on the YouTubes. And we're almost at 40K. If you're not subscribed, if you're tuned in for the first time, maybe you've been a long-time lurker, if you enjoy the reaction, maybe now is the time you hit that button. I'd really appreciate it. With that all said and out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into episode 10. Here we go.
It has to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
We can't wait. We'll never have a better chance.
You sound insane.
No, listen to me. They don't have enough guards, and they know it. They're afraid. Right now, they're afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what?
They just killed 100 men to keep them quiet. What would you call that?
I'd call that power.
Power. Power doesn't panic. 5,000 men are about to find out they're never living here alive. Don't you think that worries them upstairs? Whatever we're making here is clearly something they need. They can't afford to be surprised.
I wonder what they are making. What if they're making like the parts that get shipped off to Scarif?
Every day we wait, they get stronger.
It might be wise to have a plan.
We have a plan.
Oh, what, you and Burlock and Melchi?
You don't have time to be stupid.
Come on!
The plan works around a new man coming down. They'll replace Olaf tomorrow. That might not happen again until it's too late. I'd rather die trying to take them down than die giving them what they want. We won't have a better chance. It has to be tomorrow.
Damn, dude. Oh, and he's the one giving orders now. Wow, that shift.
Kino.
We will have immediate facility compliance, or we will begin activating floors without warning.
Chief, floor!
Ooh.
Told us what
Wow, he cut that so close.
Don't believe it. He's only a doctor. They would never tell him.
No one is getting out!
It has to take a lot for him to admit that. Andy Serkis is so fucking good, man.
True. The rumors are true.
We can't hear you back here.
Not letting us go. Ever. So let's get our heads back in our cells and start figuring this out.
Yes.
Catherine Rescue Salvage reports unresponsive GPE 7000. Operator appears to have frozen following hydraulic failure on hyperspace re-entry.
It worked.
Wow. That they pulled it off.
I don't think we should.
Play it how you want. But I'm gonna assume I'm already dead. Take it from there. There's no sense in warning the night shift. They'll hear about it one way or another soon enough. Let's make it look good.
Damn, dude, I am excited.
We caught her hiding them now, and when I asked her what she thought she was up to, she said your pills were putting her off her food, and she'd rather keep eating than let you pretend to know what's wrong with her.
Who's that? Who's that keeping an eye out? I don't think I've seen him before.
What will it cost?
My fee?
We assume it's a percentage of funds transferred.
I want no fee. Money means very little to me at this point. Charity, isn't it?
Maybe favor might
I
be
insist.
another
And I
term.
refuse.
Please take no offense. I'd prefer not to owe any favors. I'd feel far more comfortable paying you for your trouble.
I have a 14-year-old son. I'd like to bring him with me.
You can't be serious.
Oh, wow. The old ways, as he said.
Then what are we
Huh,
talking
okay.
about?
An introduction. Her daughter's 13. She'll soon come of age. Two young people, attractive and privileged Chandrillan citizens. Our position sometimes makes decisions for us, don't you find, Senator? Neither of us have lived a life that encourages non-conformity.
Is that your only offer?
I'm afraid so.
Tay will see you out.
It's a lot to think about.
I'm not thinking about it.
That's the first untrue thing you've said. It's been a pleasure.
Wow, that's interesting. Will she offer her daughter up on a slab for her cause? For what she needs?
Hey, just to be dead. Don't die till you put up a fight.
Damn, here we go.
Step forward, move. Stop there.
Damn.
Drive to you. Where is he? Leave him watching. Calm down. How?
Thought you were dead already.
Come on, man, you can get it. Yes! Don't know what this accomplishes, but he's been working on it for a while. Dude.
What did you say to me?
I said nothing.
I mean, if you want to say something, you should say it now. You start.
Dude. Hell yeah, new guy. Oh, new guy. Oh, nice throw. No. No! The water! The water! Yo!
Situation on 5-2D. Repeat. We have a situation.
Oh. Damn. Yo! Oh, right in the ankle. Dude, Cassian. Get it. Apes together. Strong. Oh, the sign. Lock and load.
One way out! Come on, fight!
This is so cool, man. My God, that's so many stairs. What is this, the Shinra building? Yo!
Burn a firewall around it. Try the whole level. Make the epicenter 5-2.
Too late. There's nobody there.
You shouldn't be here.
No shit.
Excuse me?
Turn it off!
That could mean so many things.
No, it doesn't.
I'll turn it off.
Step away. No! Don't just turn it off. Cut the power.
So Hydro. Once we turn it off, it takes months to get it back up and running again.
Yeah, who gives a shit? This is so fucking sweet, man.
With him. Move! On program! Now! All yours.
My name is Gilroy. I'm the day shift manager on level 5.
Dude, the speaker system just comes with that voice filter.
We will never have a better chance than this. And I would rather die trying to take them down than giving them what they want.
Oh.
They fried 100 men on level 2. We know that they are making up our sentences as we go along. We know that no one outside here knows what's happening. And now we know that when they say we are being released, we are being transferred to some other prison to go and die. And that ends today. There is one way out.
Dude. What are they gonna have enough transports to evacuate everybody though? Wow, they're hiding. They're hiding. That's smart. That's smart. Oh, shit. Oh. You better learn, buddy. Wow. Oh, it's in the sign of the cog. My God, dude. My chest. My goosebumps. Oh, it's so good. That was so much fun. And so just inspiring, too. That was powerful, man. What is this? That's the ISB guy that was talking about snooping in on stuff. So, like, what's he up to? Again, more of Coruscant we've not seen.
This is a trap. Press the buttons for 215. We'll have privacy. We're running express.
Wow. They're inside. Holy shit, really?
Your daughter, healthy, beautiful. You must be pleased.
Oh no.
You know that there's a raid planned on the power station at Spellhouse if Krieger attacks. They'll be waiting.
And if he doesn't, they'll know something's amiss.
They'll be slaughtered.
It's 50 men. You're worth more than that.
You have to warn them.
To what end? Ruin everything?
Wow.
To reassure the ISB there's no leak in security than sacrificing Krieger. I'm doing this for you as much as anything.
Wow. Luthen is cold.
You love your daughter. Krieger's men will be dying to make sure she has a father. You're trapped, Lonnie. There's no pleasure in saying it, but you're going nowhere.
My sacrifice means nothing to you, does it? And what do you sacrifice?
Calm. Kindness, kinship, love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight. They set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost. And by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. Now, the ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice?
Fucking everything. Oh. God damn, Stellan. That was stellar.
Stay with me, Lonnie. I need all the heroes I can get.
Then stop trying to kill Cassian. That was a damn good monologue, man. Where's Kino? Where's Kino? Ah, God damn it. He's back on there still, didn't he? Somebody could have dragged him off, helped him, keep him afloat if he couldn't swim. I hope that's not the last we see of him. But I can't imagine him staying behind and surviving. My lord, that episode was phenomenal. That was so goddamn good. From the ISB situation, because that's probably the most minuscule part of this we'll kind of touch upon. That'll probably save for like a little bit later, I guess. Maybe the final 2 episodes. But trying to bait out Krieger, which we had set up. The whole Spellhouse thing has kind of been a thread that's been kind of... They've been plucking at it from the moment we first set foot in the ISB control room. We've been hearing about it throughout the entire season so far, and I think we're finally building up to whatever the hell that is. So I'm curious to see how that goes and how this whole thing with Krieger falls into purview. And then just let's talk about the prison break, man. From all of those moments with Kino and Cassian trying to figure this out, work through it, with him just kind of like in shock still, and Cassian being the actual rock, oddly enough, the inspirer in this situation to push forward, even to the point where Kino's maybe the one that everybody here knows and needs to hear it from, has to speak words that Cassian spoke to him. I love that when he started to quote Cassian there at the end to motivate and push everybody once they got into the control room. But like you see the shift in power in that moment, because, you know, under the assumption that everything was the way they were told it was, he had this solid, rock solid footing in what he believed in about his life, about what could be, what was coming in his future and all that. If he just kind of kept his head down, kept on track, and did exactly as told, and if everybody else did exactly as he told them, that whole world was destroyed. And he was trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I move forward? And it was Cassian that was there, you know, who was kind of a thorn in his side up for a minute, and now is kind of the guiding light, the rock, the crutch to kind of keep him going along. And then they empowered one another as they kind of started pulling everything together. And then he was the rallying factor to get everybody that even Cassian hadn't kind of roped in. It was a nice little union, and in a way, just shows how integral to the rebellion Cassian kind of is, because this shows his role in the rebellion itself. You know, he might not be the face of it. He might not be the person anyone remembers, you know, but he's there to make shit happen and lift up the people that are actually shouting the commands. Like, he's this martyr in the shadows in a way. It's kind of interesting way to kind of see it, because he made this shit happen here. You know, it's not all on him, but he was, from what all we could see from the way that things have been presented, at least, that he was the motivating factor for everybody to kind of come together, even like the little team he had to begin with. You know, the moment he stepped in there, he was counting, he was observing, he was taking shit in, and then they worked this plan out together. And then that grew, and then that grew. The spark ignited a flame that burned in the floors of this prison, and they overcame, man. They lost a lot of people. They knew they would. They weren't getting out of here without it, and it's either you die trying to get out, or you just die in here, and this is the end of your life. And it was just a whole empowering sequence. And just the Andy Serkis, man, is such a phenomenal actor. You could see every single emotion running through his mind: fear, anxiety, guilt, anger, all of it, glee, even like hints of that, knowing this is the moment, and then just all of it bubbling to the surface. You could see every emotion in his face and his micro expressions and his eyes, and just the shakiness, and then the resolve of his voice as it builds, and he has that confidence as he says those final lines that Cassian said to him. It was just so fucking good, man. And just the way they got everybody out systematically, tore down the whole thing, and then I know there's like 6, 7, 8, God knows how many other factories out there that are still full of prisoners, but this one, they got out. And they made for the shore. But we only saw Melshi and Cassian make it there. No idea where anybody else went. God knows if there's anything in that water swimming around that could be chomping people up. I hope that's not the last we see of Kino, man. After all of that's a man. I thought he was either going to sacrifice himself or not make it out. But for him to be, I can't swim, and up there, that just breaks my heart if he doesn't get out of there that way. And then this inside man within the ISB who's been feeding Luthen information, even though he hasn't made contact within a year or so, from what he's heard. You know, here's this information about Krieger and all the men that are going to be sacrificed if they get baited into the ISB's trap. He's trying to help the rebellion. He's also trying to get out of this situation so that he can just be a father. But Luthen ain't going to have that. He's like, hey, we're doing what we're doing because we believe in the cause, and we got to make sacrifices. You love your daughter. That's cool. I get that. I respect that. But you are way too valuable, and I'm not letting you walk out of here and stop this. You're more valuable than all those people you're trying to save. And then his whole speech is like, well, you know, it's a little sacrifice that you have for this performance that you're putting on to help us with what we do. And then when he was like, well, what do you sacrifice? And then he's like, that whole speech, though, was beautiful. So well done. And again, another side of Coruscant we've not seen, going down in this like dark, seedy, like corridors that are like maintenance shafts to this abandoned kind of like just out of nowhere, out of the way elevator with this secret comm link, and he goes down there. Even the buttons on the elevator are tied to the code and the communication of the rendezvous. And then just seeing Luthen out there on that walkway at the bottom waiting on him. I honestly thought Luthen might have killed the guy, but no. Not yet. But he's talking about we need more heroes. I was like, well, you know, I think just exactly what you told Cassian is like he's got too much potential for you to for it to be wasted and not be part of his little cause. And he's wanting to axe him off. And after this whole prison break and all that, yes, they are definitely looking for Cassian, the thief, and Axis, which is Luthen. I don't know if he knows that he's Axis. I would have to imagine he does. But like that whole, he was telling his plant that, well, he had nothing to do with Aldhani. Why would he even let him in on that information, though? Like, I get that. But it was kind of interesting to see, like, the play and the push and pull there. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I hope after all of this, I hope he sees the value in Cassian. You know, Cinta is keeping an eye on Marva and what's going on there. And then there was someone else just kind of over her shoulder, some guy that was watching them, or just watching Marva as well. I don't know who he was working with. Maybe he was an undercover ISB, also just keeping tabs. I don't know. Marva's getting sick, not taking her medicine. It's kind of a follow-up on what's going on before. Are we gonna rendezvous back on Ferrix, or are we gonna kind of move on elsewhere to wherever Krieger is? I'm very curious to see how this season closes. Because it's 12 episode seasons, right? 24 episodes broken into 2. I think we just have 2 more, right? So I don't know how they're going to wrap this segment up. I'm very intrigued. And then we have this deal with Mon Mothma and this mobster about laundering her money, giving her a loan and all that stuff, and then what his offer is. You know, I'm not asking for them to get married. I'm not asking for an arranged marriage, just simply for my privileged son to meet your privileged daughter and see what happens. And she's like, nope, fuck you, get off. And he's just like, you're thinking about it. You say that, but you're thinking about it. Oh, man, just Mon Mothma being challenged about how much will she bend her morals for this cause. At the same time, you have Luthen, who's all but sacrificed everything and done God knows what to make his dream a reality for a day, like he said, a sunrise that he'll never get to see. He sold his soul. He had damned himself with all of his evil, treacherous acts in the hopes that no one else will have to do that. And the result of those actions will lead to a better life for those that do move on. I really do like that. It's a very Donzo kind of thing, even though, well, I was gonna say Donzo's a piece of shit, but I don't know. Luthen's kind of a piece of shit too, so far from what I've seen. So yeah, it's a very comparable kind of thing. You know, never the one to lead, never be the one in the limelight, never be the one that people rejoice and celebrate. The hero, the Hokage from the shadows. And that's kind of what I think it's kind of also setting up Cassian for a very similar kind of thing as well. You know, Leia leads and runs and charges the rebellion, but then you have people on the side doing the nasty shit that keeps everything afloat, like Cassian and Luthen here. I don't know. It's just really, really intriguing seeing the galaxy fleshed out in this way and all these different kind of like perspectives. And again, the world building, the expansion of the galaxy with these facilities, and also raising the question, what are they building? What are they building? What are these parts going towards? We've mentioned Scarif, or a ramp up on Scarif. They talk about ramping up production there earlier in a couple episodes ago. One of the episodes where they also mentioned Spellhouse, but I'm wondering if they were making parts for the first Death Star, or who knows what. We don't know. It's hard to tell. But guys, this was a phenomenal episode. I think this might be my favorite episode of the season so far. It's so fucking good, man. But guys, what did you think? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, it's going to be on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Sherritt, Ryan, Karen, Philly, Vane, Yori, Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Raven McCann, Jeffrey Hale, and M. Sephiroth. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. That's it for this episode, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. May the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.